all, Facebook, is it fessing up? Facebook cuts a deal with lawmakers to hand over ads bought by Russians to allegedly influence the 2016 election on Facebook Live. Company founder Mark Zuckerberg revealed that he is cooperating with special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into alleged tampering of the 2016 election.
We are actively working with the U.S. government on its ongoing investigations into Russian interference. We've been investigating this for many months now, and for a while we had found no evidence of fake accounts linked to Russia running ads. And when we recently uncovered this activity, we provided that information to the special counsel.
This comes just days before Facebook and Twitter executives are set to testify at a Senate Intelligence Committee hearing on Russian election meddling next week. Joining us right now is James Covert. He is the deputy business editor for the New York Post. James, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
What do you make of this?
You know, I think this is a story that's got legs. This is the latest chapter in many. There's going to be many more to come. And a big reason for this is Mark Zuckerberg is just being dragged kicking and screaming into this whole situation, and every time they find something out, he denies it, and then a couple weeks later, he can't deny it anymore because it's been uncovered.
Is he being dragged kicking and screaming, or is this a recognition that, hey, in Hollywood and amongst leftist circles, it had to be the Russians that hacked our election. He gets to contribute to that by going in front of Bob Mueller. Look at all these fake accounts. Oh, maybe it was what convinced people. I mean, there's a political angle to this, too.
There is a political angle, and
definitely.
I think we can debate that. I think one thing we can't debate is this guy wants to sell ads any way he can, and he doesn't want to spend money while he's doing it. And if you want to monitor things, you're going to have to spend money. You're going to have to hire people, and that's the last thing this guy wants to do. He wants to do everything with bots if he can do it. And that's one of the hugest reasons that this guy is resisting this entire controversy.
We're talking about $150,000 in ad spending out of a campaign that had, what, $10 billion in ads? This would have to be the most successful ad campaign in history to get this kind of attention. Why is this such a big deal?
I think you're totally right, but the implications is what he doesn't like. And he doesn't like the prospect of regulation coming onto his company.
Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Because he knows that if they don't step up at this point, that Facebook and all these other social media companies are asking for the government to move in and breathe down their necks. Because, again, there was the disclosure, and it wasn't just Facebook, that you could buy ads based on anti-Semitic language, anti-Semitic discussions. I think that even people on the left found that appalling. And then they have been sorely behind the curve in fighting terrorism on these social networks. So it's one thing after another that Mark Zuckerberg knows if I don't step up and do something to keep the regulators at bay, they're coming in.
Yeah, well, speaking about regulators, I want to see if regulators are going to come on in on Amazon as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. One of the world's fastest growing companies, promising, though, to create even more jobs right now. Amazon already topping 350,000 employees worldwide. It's promising now to create another 2,000 jobs in New York City right here with the construction of a 359,000 square foot office in downtown Manhattan. James, what do you think about this? Several locations already in New York. What does this location mean, and what is it going to be used for primarily? You know,
this is going to be an advertising outpost, and you could kind of liken it to what Google has done. They've got a big advertising operation down in Chelsea, just about a dozen blocks south of where this thing's going to be. The difference is that the Chelsea location that Google has is occupying 2 city blocks. I mean, real city blocks, and housing a ton of people. Is that what this thing's going to turn into? Maybe. I don't know. But
where is this in New York City?
This is going to be in the Hudson Yards, at the south end of the Hudson Yards on 30th Street and 10th Avenue, way on over there.
That is I think that's the reskin of the old Associated Press building is where they're moving it.
That's interesting.
Which is interesting.
That's ironic.
Yeah.
And this
I will
won't
double
be
check that, but I'm pretty sure that's all.
And this isn't their second headquarters.
Oh no! This is just a tiny thing compared to what they're calling H2Q is going to be. This is going to have 2,000 employees. H2Q is going to be 50,000 employees.
Where are they going to do H2Q?
I guarantee you, it's not going to be in New York. New York, the rent's too damn high, as we discussed.
And the taxes.
Yeah, the taxes. And my guess, my personal pet theory, is that they're going to go to a city that could really, really use them, and they're doing this entire auction process process to make sure that whoever runs the city they're going to is massively on the record saying we want Amazon to be here. And the reason for that is because Seattle, a lot of people in Seattle are fed up with Amazon, and there's a lot of people in Seattle that feel like the rent is too high and the traffic's terrible, and they want somebody who has a lot of room for them to grow in.
We'll see about that. James, good to talk to you.
Okay.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning. James Covert from the New York Post business section. Coming up.